Hi everyone, Harry here to talk about the sentencing of the first nasty character who breached the Capitol on January 6th. Look, this guy's a significant actor, right? You have a very, very worked up crowd. But then Michael Sparks, now 53, was the guy who actually breached. And he's a very, bad actor besides. So when he comes up from Kentucky, he tweets, "We want a civil war, to be clear. It's time to drag them out of Congress. It's tyranny." And it's pretty clear from other things that he did that he has in mind, especially doing violence to then House Speaker Nancy Pelosi, then Senate Majority Leader and still Chuck Schumer. How about we the people drag you out by the face, he says, obnoxiously, unlawfully, violently, and the like. So he is a guy who really, there are a lot of matches being ignited and a lot of flames being set, but his is certainly one of them. And you could imagine what might have happened had he not been the first to breach. Here's another thing you could imagine. We had testimony. He breaches it, and an officer could have taken him out right away. He was there, and they had testimony. He could have been killed. But the officer decided not to, lest a whole full-fledged, riot and mayhem and loss of life occur. But he's a guy who, you have a crowd of 1,000, and a few really have distinguished themselves for their insurrectionary fervor and the damage that they did, and that he was the guy who first breached really singles him out. So he gets 53 months. 4 years and 5 months, a pretty good sentence. He had asked for 12 months of supervised release, and the judge, was having none of that. He actually, interestingly, the judge. Both cite the dangers that he created January 6th, but also pointed to his conduct and that of his co-conspirators or fellow marauders to actually cause some uncertainty about the upcoming election in 2024. So their sort of role in the whole Trump effort, which we are clearly not out of the woods for, of just casting doubt on any subsequent elections as well. So the judge here, Timothy Kelly, he opts to go to trial, and he's convicted on felony obstruction of an official proceeding, also civil disorder, and some other misdemeanors. And so in that sense, he's already more serious than many, but really you would recognize this guy if you saw pictures of him. He really is, one of the first screaming rioters. Here's what he said at and we didn't know this before, but prosecutors told at the sentencing that before he'd written, "I believe in the Constitution, so I'll die for it. Trump is my president." And one other thing he did, this is part of the obstruction charge, is after he knew he was going to be arrested, he tried to permanently delete all his posts. So that's evidence at the time that he's covering up. But the main thing is Judge Kelly rightfully singles him out for the special harm he does as the guy who really breaches, and you can well imagine emboldens many others behind him to the melee that ensues. So elects to go to trial, convicted, and now 53 months. Nowhere near, by the way, what the 17 years plus that Stewart Rhodes and the like gets. He's still a kind of spontaneous actor rather than a big planner, but a special one in the for the reason of his kind of being first and all the nasty stuff he did and then tried to delete. So Michael Sparks, 53 months following conviction by trial. And the first is now sentenced. Talk to you later. Thanks for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video and other Talking Feds content, please take a second to like and subscribe. Talk to you later.